Hi, so this video, I'm going to record for you guys a short intro to using RStudio, if that's what you're using to do your computations in this course. So to access all this, make sure you can log into Moodle and scroll down to the probability session here. And the information I'm using is all the preliminaries. Two things you'll want to download for using RStudio. First, this is the R programming language. So whichever operating system you have, download that. If you have Mac, you can use the latest release. If you're using Windows, click here and download that. So if you're using Linux, it's a little harder, but we can work on that if you have questions. And then that's just the programming language. To have your desktop environment, download RStudio here, choose the free version and download that. And once you have that all loaded up, you should be able to run RStudio. So this is the desktop environment I'll be using. And in fact, all your notes I've generated in here. So this is a really good way to access the notes and the content for this course. So you can look at these notes as a web page. So I've generated them if you like using that. I can give them to you as a PDF. Actually, I'll post that here. Or you can look at the raw code I used to generate that file. So I'll use this code here to demonstrate how RStudio works. So if you right click and save as this file here, you'll get what's called an RMD file, an R markdown file. And that file, once you download it, it might say, hey, do you want to open this up in R? Say yes. And then since I've already run this, I have all my packages downloaded. If it asks you, do you want to install these packages? Say yes. And it'll take a few minutes to download all those packages. And so this web page or this RMD page is used to generate either HTML you can publish, PDF you can publish. And so that's what this knit means, is you can right away knit it into a web document that is the notes for this course. It's exactly the notes that we were looking at. And so your computer will have to download some things to do that. But once you've downloaded them, it's pulled some packages that you need from a repository, then you have them. And then you can run all this stuff very quickly. So that's the prereqs that we just went through. And I'll be going through my notes this way. The way RStudio works is you have hashtags for sections. And this, if you know some HTML, this is just a comment for me. Hey, this is the content we're going to cover in day one. And double hashtag is a subsection. So if you want to see the outline of this course, you can click on this and it shows you, you can jump to each section of this course. So that's maybe the easiest way to follow this content in RStudio. So like I said, we're going to be doing our computations in here. The way RStudio does computations is through code chunks. This is an R code chunk. And for now, just think of R as a calculator. It's a language you can use to do calculations. So 2 + 2, if you run the green arrow, it gives you 4. That's the result. And so let's see, anything else I should say? This header here you can ignore, but don't mess with it. If you mess with it, it won't knit. You can't run it properly, which is no problem. You can still use it to do all your calculations, treat it like a calculator. But yeah, that's your intro to this platform, RStudio. If you get comfortable with it, great. You can learn a lot in this course just by playing around and learning how to use RStudio. It's a very powerful programming language. It's used very widely in statistics. If you're going to grad school or industry, it's a very good tool to have in your back pocket. So, okay, I'll be definitely working on this and answering hopefully more questions as the week goes on, but this is to get you going with RStudio. All right, see you in our sessions.